You are now listening to Playbook Radio. Here is your host, Martin Williams.
And welcome to Playbook Radio. My name is Martin Williams. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. You may do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. All the links to the podcast can be found at gameplanplaybook.com. That's gameplanplaybook.com. And today what I wanted to talk to you about is sticking to your vision. So Kanye West is someone who I think we can all agree is a visionary. He's someone who's highly creative. He's someone who sees things and, envisions things that a lot of people don't see or envision. And even though there's a lot of different examples, I wanted to use Kanye as an example for this particular podcast, So when Kanye was making his second album, Late Registration, he had heard some music from a movie. I don't remember the movie off the top of my head, but he loved the music. And he found out that the producer of that music was a man by the name of John Bryan. And John Bryan was someone who typically didn't work with rap artists. I don't think he had actually done any rap music up to that point. But Kanye had a vision of how he wanted his album to sound. And so he contacted John Bryan and basically talked him into co-producing Late Registration. And Late Registration became Kanye's most commercially successful album to this day. And I go back to that story a lot because I think that sometimes people are a little too conventional when it comes to their dreams. And, God gives you a vision for your life. A place that is really only for you, a vision that, you're one of the few people that will understand fully what that vision is. And to the average person, it might not make sense, It might not compute. It might not be something that is conventional or safe. And far too many people play it safe, because they don't want to look stupid, or they don't want to fail, or they don't want to go broke, or something along those lines. Well, your vision is God talking to you, I believe. And just like Kanye West did, I think we all need to look at our vision, or in some cases, go back to our original vision and, basically become one with the vision, stick to your vision. Because the problem with some people, if you tell people your vision, they tend to water it down because they want to, and sometimes people want to, they want to contribute to your vision, which is fine. But, contribution and changing the vision is two different things. Sometimes people, they can't believe that you're going to be who you envision yourself to be. And so they say, well, I don't see you doing that. Let's say that you see yourself as being a singer, right? And a person looks at you and says, there's no way you can be a singer, right? And maybe they don't tell you outright that, but in their mind, they're thinking, like she's crazy or he's crazy. You'll never be that. So they try to talk you into being, a writer or being a producer or being, even like a backup singer. But that wasn't your vision. Your vision is that you're going to be the lead and you're going to be singing the songs. And it's not that you can't do those other things, but your vision is for you to sing, for you to be up front, right? And I'm not saying that, you don't go through specific steps on the way to the vision, but what was your original vision for your life? That's what you got to go back to, okay? Part of the playbook principles is to create the picture, right? You got to create the picture of the vision. You might get a vision, but then you got to create the picture. It's got to be something you can see. And the clearer you see it, the faster you get to it. So that's something very important. And far too often people, like I say, they throw their vision to the side, because their goals aren't happening as quickly as you want them to happen. Okay? That vision is a finished product, right? So when you see that vision in your head, and most people, actually everyone, I won't even say most, everyone visualizes, whether it's for good or not. Visualization is something you don't need to be taught to do. You do it every day, right? You just don't do it on purpose. Okay. So you visualize whatever it is that you're visualizing. And when you visualize it, you don't visualize it in process, you visualize the finished product. Okay. Today I bought a piece of furniture for my office, and some point this weekend I'm going to build it. But I bought a piece of furniture for my office, and on the box is the finished product. Okay. It's not all the pieces. It's the finished product. And so I had this vision of how it's going to look in my office. Right. And, for you salespeople out here, people buy a vision. Okay. You have to sell a vision. That's what they buy. Right. I bought the vision of what this is going to do for my office, right? That's what I bought. I didn't buy the furniture. I bought the vision, okay? So if you're selling anything, you sell the vision. You don't sell the product. People don't care about the product nearly as much as the vision and what it's going to do for their life, how it's going to make their life better, richer, easier, happier, right? So when you start, when you buy like a piece of furniture or whatever it is, and you start working in it, okay, it can get frustrating because you're looking at the picture and then you're looking at these pile of pieces. And if it's not happening fast enough, you abandon it. There's been times when I bought furniture and I got rid of it. Like I sold it for much less than I paid for it because I couldn't put it together. Now, I don't do that anymore because I'm not into wasting money anymore. But that sometimes the vision takes so long that we give up on it. Okay. But you got to stick to your vision. You got to stick to your vision. One of the most important lessons that I've learned in life is going back to your original vision. What was it that you dreamed of before you started? There's a Bible verse, and I'll probably put it in the description, of, God basically telling his people, remember the first words that I spoke to you. You always want to go back to the original vision, because the original vision is the purest, representation of where you're supposed to be. The longer that you go and not living in your vision, the more distorted it can get if you're not paying attention to it. And if you're not keeping that picture clearly in your mind. So if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to do anything, right? If you're trying to get out of debt, if you're trying to finish school, if you're trying to get promoted, you got to keep that vision clear in your mind. You got to keep it crystal clear, because there's many, many opportunities for that vision to become cloudy, for you to become discouraged, because it's like a pile of pieces. It's that piece of furniture. You're trying to put it together and it's not coming together fast enough, and you just want to give up. But no, you got to stick to your vision. Go back to your original vision. And, maybe it means you got to stop building, because I've done that. When I bought furniture, I took a break from building it, and I looked at that picture and I said, how is this thing supposed to go? And the more I looked at that picture, the clearer it got, and I was able to finish it. And in the same way, that's how it's going to be for you. You got to go back to your original vision until it's crystal clear, and then get back to working on it. And you'll start getting closer to where you originally wanted to be. But it won't happen until you make a decision to stick to the original vision. Don't let anyone water down your vision. Don't let anyone tell you that it's too hard or too expensive, excuse me, or too, there's too much that you got to deal with. Don't let anyone do any of that to you. Go back to your original vision, whatever it is. And, always remember that the vision will attract the means as you build it up. Okay. The closer you get to the vision, if you keep the vision at the forefront and you keep moving towards it, if it's financial means, if it's any kind of resource, whether it's people, whether it's rules that need to be changed, the closer you get to it, the means, the vision will attract the means. You do not have to worry about the means if you keep the vision at the forefront. Okay? If you worry about the means, you lose the vision. If you focus on the vision will attract the means. If you focus on the means, you'll lose the vision. You can't do both. You got to have a single focus. Okay? But if you do that, the vision will attract everything that you need. So never forget that. All right. So thank you so much for listening. My name is Martin Williams. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for listening to Playbook Radio. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this podcast with family and friends. And if you're ready to take the next step in your personal development journey, consider trying Mental Recoding by Playbook Strategies. These short audios are designed to help you reprogram your thoughts around different life subjects, such as finances, health, work, relationships, and much more. Click the link below to explore mental recoding products to help reshape your mind.